has taken over.
Let's go.
It's Ferrall.
Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money.
It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's a pain-free Friday. Ferrall's doling out minutes on a mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad seed, a broken a bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh, people dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion trade up. Yeah. Ooh, woo, woo. Along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the Aisle Seat podcast, the rights holder of the Sheet of Integrity, and the Open Championship golf guru, Carver High this afternoon, ladies. Mafia is running it with, it's me, Vinny B. Jr., Vinny Bruchette, running it for Luke Hamilfather today. Just like yesterday, he's running it. All right, so the rundown on this end of week special. We've got a double shot with Morency this very hour from British Columbia. And then in the second hour, Spittin' Speeds is here. Dane Martinez getting ready to do in-game live tonight with Scott Wetzel. And then at the coup de grace, or the final hour of love, we'll have Stewie talking about the Open second round and heading into the weekend. By then, the sun should be down near Belfast at Portrush, and we should know who makes the cut by the time Stewie gets on, I would think. And also in the last hour, a double shot with Busted Cap and Yo Ass. Adam Kaplan, there he is, our NFL insider. What a day in Northern Ireland, Mike. I've been watching it all day long, and we've seen so much happen, including your boy Scheffler tying the leader, Fitzpatrick, after he missed a 2-foot putt that rimmed out, and then Scheffler took advantage of it. They're both at 9 under heading into Saturday atop the leaderboard.
Yeah, Scotty, it certainly looks like these are going to be our guys in the final pairing for the third round on Saturday. Of course, Matthew Fitzpatrick blistered the course today. Tons of birdies. I believe he made 8 birdies throughout his round, but the one that you referenced, he had about a 2.5-footer on 17 for another birdie that would have got him to 10 under, and it rimmed out from 2.5, 3 feet, which was very unfortunate. And then he had to save par on 18. He hit about a 25-footer that did go in to keep him at 9 under. Now, Scheffler, of course, I got to tell you, we've seen him play some amazing golf, obviously, over the last 3 years. This might be the round, Scotty, that I am most impressed with from Scotty Scheffler. Just the way that he has read the greens, the way that he has stayed out of trouble. Now, he's had a couple of spots here. Like, he's hitting this one right now from the middle of nowhere, but he's probably going to put it right on the stick because that's what he's so good at. And what do you know? What did he do? Right on the stick. He's going to have about 12, 13, 14 feet to get himself another one here on 17. So Fitzpatrick and Scheffler both at 9 under. Brian Harmon shooting a 6 under today to get himself to 8. Haotong Lee, 4 under today after a good round yesterday, back-to-back from Lee. He is 8 under as well. Rasmus Højgaard at 5. Tyrrell Hatton at 5. Bobby Mack at 5. Harry English at 5. How about Chris Goddard up and get him down after winning the Scottish last week? Shoots a 6 under today to get himself in the mix.
Whoa.
Tony Finau. The other Højgaard twin, Nikolai, is 4 under as well. Keegan Bradley, Rory among the group at 3 under. As it looks like we're going to have ourselves a very fun group at the top heading into Saturday and Sunday at Royal Portrush, Scotty.
So the cut line expected to be +1?
It's looking like +1 right now, but I got to tell you, there's still a couple of groups out there. There's a few guys that, a few bogeys could get it to 2. It's not completely out of the question, but as of this moment, it's +1 is where it's sitting. I think we need 2 more golfers to go to 2 in order for that to happen. Yeah.
How about DeChambeau? Yesterday, plus
Right.
7? And then today,
Yep.
6 under par. He shot a 65. So he's at +1 and would make it as of right now.
He's in. He's going to make it. The +1s are absolutely going to be there this weekend. And I got to tell you, that's, say what you want about Bryson, like him, love him, whatever. He could have easily, after yesterday, said, you know what? I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't need this, awful round. For him to buckle down and shoot 6 under, and he had the worst side of it. The weather was worse this morning. It was pelting. It was more windy. These guys who have gone out in this last 9 here, they've had the best conditions of the day by far, Fitzpatrick and Scheffler. So nice job by Bryson. He's going to get to play the weekend among a few other guys. So Spieth did the same thing. He shot a good round today to get himself back in it. Fleetwood shot himself a good round. So a few guys didn't want to. How about Phil made the cut too, Scotty?
Lefty.
Who now goes second place by himself. Most cuts ever made at a major. He was tied with, I think it was Arnold Palmer, for second most. They both had 102, and I believe that was his 103rd cut made at a major. Phil now alone in second place. Great accomplishment for him.
Very impressive. He looks so old to me, but he played great golf at Port Rush, and I think that it's great that he's going to be playing on the weekend. I mean, let's go. Why not?
Scheffler made that 12 or 13 footer on 17, and now he is at 10 under going to the final hole. He got the outright lead now. Just an amazing round by him. 4-8. What is that? 7 under on the day. He is, which would be the round of the day by 1. And it's incredible. It really is. You just can't shake this guy.
Last hole, he shoots a 64.
Yes. Be 64 he would get in with. Set par 71, he'd get in with a 64 if he finished it off. Incredible round by him. Meanwhile, we do have baseball as well. Second half begins out of the All-Star break with the Red Sox and the Cubbies at Wrigley Field. Saya Suzuki got right out and going. A 3-run homer in the first inning for the Cubbies. The Red Sox got one back in the top of the third with a Roman Anthony RBI double. 3-1 Cubs as they play the bottom of the third at Wrigley with a little bit of wind blowing in today. Didn't seem to stop the ball that Suzuki hit as he crushed it to left center.
So I'm watching this game right now. I got it on. I've had the golf on all day. I needed a break. So I'm watching Kyle Tucker bat. I heard rumors today about Kyle Tucker, the Tampa product himself, that if that new owner of the Tampa Bay Rays wants to make a splash, he bought the team. Now he needs to steal Kyle Tucker from the Cubs and bring him home. Did you hear anything along those lines?
I had not heard that. He is a free agent at the end of the year. There's no doubt about that. That's why Houston traded him to Chicago, because they didn't think that they would be able to sign him. For me, Scotty, it's hard to believe it. Even if that guy's got money, it's going to be hard for me to think someone would sign some big long-term free agent deal with Tampa until they have their ballpark plans figured out for the foreseeable future. I can't imagine anyone would want to go and play in that resurfaced Tropicana or play in the minor league stadium or do any of that.
That's inevitable for now. But I think that the reality is that when you look at the owners agreeing to this buy, that they're going to force them to build a new stadium. And they're going to build a brand new stadium in allegedly Tampa, not St. Petersburg. And they'd want to get this guy to play in his hometown.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
They're still trying to throw Dalton Knecht's name in trades, and I don't even know if he's viewed as a positive asset still.
And that's a crazy thing. Dalton Knecht, if you look at FanDuel, Dalton Knecht 20-plus points at plus 120. He's giving you no indication that he's that right there. I mean, Kevin, I would be more likely if we knew we were going to get the minutes. Bronny James, 10-plus points at plus 118.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
I mean, Houston beat the snot out of the Dodgers, 18-1. And this is what happens here. Oral Hershiser doing the game for the Dodgers brings up the cheating scandal, going, oh, they must know the science because they're hitting curveballs that they know it's coming. It's like, oh boy, does he really want to go down that rabbit hole again here? I think this is one of those nights where they got destroyed. Yeah, hey, it happens in baseball here. But just found that an interesting comment by Oral Hershiser. Start bringing up the cheating scandal again.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
You have a head coach in Jim Harbaugh that's proven he will cheat to win. He will win at the biggest stage and doesn't give a damn who cares or finds out, and he'll just move on. That's what I love about a coach. That's the type of coach that I want. Win at all costs. Now, also, at all costs means, like, how are we building this team? Because I actually thought Harbaugh would come in and say, okay, let me just see what the players on the roster is. We'll weed them out after a year, but there's a lot of talent. He built that foundation last year and still made the playoffs.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Piece of an interesting couple of weeks in California. If you recall, just I think it was 2 weeks ago, language was inserted into a bill that would outlaw or ban sweepstakes casinos and sports betting, which of course we've seen lots of that happen this year. So California is an interesting market because, as you've said, there is no legal online casino. There is no legal online sports betting.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, so we bring Carver High back in here. I know that we'll catch up with Gabe when we get him on. No problem there. And we're still going to talk some baseball before that happens because there's baseball going on. Whoa, what a catch in left field. You got to be kidding me. Crashing into the wall. The Red Sox. What a play. I got to see this again. This kid crashing into the wall. Boom. What a play. Still 3-1, end of 3 at Wrigley in the Businessman Special, Mike.
Everybody loves the Businessman Special every single day. Scheffler on 18. I will say, too, remember yesterday we were talking about this? What did Rory and those guys who went out last finish at, like 4:30 our time yesterday? It was like almost 9:30 local. I guess they must have sent a memo to these guys this morning or whatever, like, they're going to be done here before 4 o'clock. So they picked up the pace a little bit today, Sky. Not going to be as long around out there for these guys.
Well, yesterday was unbelievable. They played till, well past. It was like 9:15 at night, and they were still on the golf course.
This is basically the last featured group, or is on like 17 and 18 right now, and there's usually only maybe 2 straggler groups behind them. So they're going to finish in pretty good amount of time here going forward.
All right, let's go now to Gabe in Vancouver. You can catch Sports Rage tonight at 10 East on all of our TV and radio outlets. I have that Brewers-Dodger game on my mind. That series, I think, is huge at Dodger Stadium. This weekend, the Brewers have won 7 in a row. They've been hot. They're on the Cubs' tail. The Dodgers got those 2 at Oracle. They needed them badly because they weren't playing good baseball at all. They got Glasnow going tonight. And I think it's going to be a great series with the Brewers, who've been really hot.
I look for the Dodgers to just sort of start, looking at, looking towards the finish line a little bit.
There you go.
And good to see you, Scott. I know there's been some issues, but good to be here. One quick thing, Scott, before we get to back to the Dodgers and the Brewers here. As far as this Open championship is concerned as well, bro, I'm super confused. I'm like, this can't be live. Like, I'm watching stuff, and I'm thinking, I'm on the West Coast, it's like 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking, what time is it there? They playing golf at 11 o'clock at night in Ireland? Like, this tournament, like, it's, and you're talking to somebody that's up all the time, and I'm betting like weird, like F1 and different time zones and stuff.
Right.
But even me, Scott, I mean, this stuff starts, bro, pretty much like when Sports Rage ends, and it's still going. It's like, it really is crazy. What are they in, like, the Antarctica? Is it like bright all day in Ireland? I didn't know this, Scott. Like,
Yeah, like,
you
so
know, like
last
they're in the
night,
Yukon.
they said it goes down at around 10 to 10, the sun.
Wow.
In Northern Ireland, where they are outside of Belfast, basically. That's the closest city. And it goes down late. It goes up at 5:10 in the morning and goes down at 9:50 p.m. at night. That's crazy.
Well, you know what? I like, instead of calling them fans, the patrons. The patrons are getting a bang for their buck, at least, right? You show up, you're getting a full round of golf in. But it's a little bit anticlimactic, and, you know, looking back on this, Scott, I'd be like, damn, man, plus 550 with Scotty Scheffler are pretty good odds, actually, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of golf talk on this program. Scheffler's like plus 250, plus 325 sometimes to win some of these other events. So you're getting him at plus 550. I almost felt like he was bored, like, coming into this, and I was like, you know, because I don't mind betting on Scheffler at lower odds, but full disclosure, I didn't do it this time. And, I mean, this is all but done, isn't it, bro? I mean, if Scheffler is leading right now, I mean, the guy only gets better as it goes on right now. Hopefully there's still some drama somewhere along the line, but I think if you have money on anybody else besides Scotty Scheffler, this is starting to suck a little bit right now.
Yeah, because he has the lead, and he's had an incredible round. He's 7 under on 18, and he's at 60 right now. If he pars, he's going to shoot a 64. If he birdies, a 63. He's been incredible today, and once he takes over, it's probably cruise control Saturday and Sunday, but you never know on a golf course like this. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's still live.
Yeah, you know, you're right. One bunker. Like, I'm looking at the leaderboard here. All right, Fitzpatrick was a trendy pick. A lot of people like Fitzpatrick. He's been playing great. Can he withstand this, and can he trade blows over the weekend? I don't think Harman is Lee. I mean, this Goddard guy seems to be on fire suddenly this year, but looking at the board here, I mean, who's going to be the one to knock him off? It's almost like the Florida Panthers.
And Harman won the British Open before. I think he has, and he's right there. Like, he finished really early, and he was at 8 under, and he shot. You know, I thought he had a great round today. He was 6 under, 65, so he's gone 69, 65, and he's done it before, unless I'm mistaken.
This is the problem, though, when you're playing against Scheffler, that you can play awesome. You can be like, man, I had the round of my life at the Open, and I'm still not winning, right? You know, what was it yesterday that he only hit 3 fairways? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at the score that he dropped. The guy hit 3 fairways.
And he's still winning.
It's like spray. And it's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm good. Like, how do you beat that? Like, you know what I mean? How do you beat that?
Roping shots today, like right on the stick, every single green.
Oh, yeah. Like birdie.
He's so good, they started talking about his beard. They literally said he had the nicest beard on tour. I was like, what is next?
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have much of a personality. Like, he does in real life. Seems like a nice guy, right? But he doesn't have that, like, Tiger aura, or, you know what I mean? That sort of the swagger, puff the chest out type, you know, like Bryson or something even. So, like, he doesn't resonate in the same way. But, like, as far as being a dominant athlete, like, player in his sport, I mean, he's just dummying people right now, Scott. I mean, these guys are freaking good, and he just makes them look like bad. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys are great, but you're not as good as me.
Tom Watson, I think he won it 5 times, and he was incredible every time he played.
I love Tom Watson, too.
We'll come back with Lorenzi.
think that there's a possibility that we could be looking at DeBoer wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. Fourth easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Paige Beckers, ready folks, is a top 10 WNBA player right now. You ever heard of the band Gladys Knight and the Pips? Yeah, it's Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. That's what she's got. You know what that means? She's got nobody. Enrique Wumwale has been awful this year. I don't know if she wants to play there or not.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Her ability to defend, shoot the three, rebound, pass the ball, and on a team that is awful. Awful. Right now, training to get the #1 overall pick if they win the WNBA lottery. Possibly to draft her buddy AZ Fudd. Maybe. But when you look at Paige Beckers is a top 10 player in the WNBA.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Obviously, he didn't do great in the last two majors, and we're going home here. We're going to Northern Ireland, Royal Portage. This is Rory's the reason why we're going here. Got off to a rough start, throwing his tee shot out of bounds back in 2019. I think he'll be ready. Not yet ready to call him the winner. I still have a couple of days before I do that, but it is a home game for him. And as you saw, based on this weekend, he is playing well.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
So Harmon did win it, and I was right. He won it in 2013, the Open Championship. He finished second in the U.S. Open in 2017. He's left-handed. They call him the Butcher, and your boy is in it, and he played great today. So he obviously
he shot 65.
I mean, he was
65.
So I like live action on him Saturday. Let's see what he can do. There's got to be somebody that can dance with this guy, Scheffler. Otherwise, wrap it up. You know what I mean?
Let me see.
And tell me about that Montreal-Toronto wild game last night.
He's 14-1, just for the record, guys, right now, current odds. Like, if you're looking, dear God, how about this? Scotty Scheffler. I saw about, I don't know, it was like 45 minutes ago, whatever, online before I came on here. And it said, well, Scotty Scheffler is officially now minus money for the first time in the tournament. Because, he was like plus, it was plus 550, plus 350, plus 250, et cetera, plus 125. Scotty Scheffler, guys, minus 225. Minus 225 at a golf tournament. He's only went up by one shot on Friday. Like, Tiger wasn't even as big of a favorite ever. And Tiger wasn't even really playing against anybody. He's playing against a bunch of fat guys and stuff. Like, Scheffler's, let's be real. These guys are better now, right? Fitzpatrick, plus 550. Brian Harmon, 14-1. Rory, 25. Hatton, 25. Lee, 25. McIntyre, 28. Got her up 50. Just a quick update for the bettors. So, yeah, just my luck, Scott. Yeah, last night, Montreal and Toronto. I'm going to Montreal. I'll be getting there on Sunday. And I got to stay out of trouble anyways. Like, I'm not even going to the BC Lion game tomorrow in Vancouver because I got an early flight on Sunday morning. And people are like, well, you could still go to the game. And I will admit openly, hello, my name is Gabriel, and I can't go to football games and not drink. So I'm just not going. Because Scott, the Lions are playing tomorrow, big game. And get this, I just got a call right now even from the BC Lions play-by-play guys, and they're like, hey, Morency, can you come down and come into the booth before the game and hang out, and we'll bring you on before the game, and we'll bring you on at halftime even. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, you know what I mean? But I said, I can't do it. I'm set in stone. I'm not going to be at the stadium. I can't go near that stadium. I'm not allowed. I'm like, you know what I mean? No, I'm like barred. No, can't go near the stadium. So we set it up. I'm going to be on the broadcast August 16th. And I said, listen, it's perfect. I'll be back. I said August 16th. I'm having a big Sports Rage party after the game. And it's Montreal versus BC. So they're like, all right, perfect. So we're setting that up. But yeah, last night Montreal and Toronto played a really wild game, bro. There were 3 turnovers in the last minute, 26-25 final score. Total closed at 50.5, Scott, so it went over by half a point. So it was one of those fun games. It was on CBS Sports Network last night for everybody in the U.S., and it will be again tonight, 8:30 Eastern. Calgary Stampeders versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They got a sold-out crowd tonight in the Peg. They're going to be all fired up. It's a revenge spot. They lost 2 weeks ago. Spread was 3 earlier in the week, 4.5 right now. And I bet on Calgary every game this year, actually, and they're 4-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread. But they just beat Winnipeg 2 weeks ago. Winnipeg coming off a bye. Lay the wood with Winnipeg tonight. Look for Winnipeg to win by 7 or something like that. I think the game goes over the number. I know we got about a minute left. So baseball, I'm fired up for the second half. Let's do this thing. Glasnow's back. You got Snell coming back. Things are going to start to take shape for the Dodgers. Tonight, guys, the Blue Jays have not been getting enough respect from the odds makers. One of the hottest teams in baseball going into the break. Chris Bassett on the hill here tonight. And we know Verlander blows. The guy's 0-7. His ERA is is terrible. He's on the road, and Bassett's a good pitcher, but he's even better at home. If you look at Bassett's road and home splits, Bassett generally only really loses on the road. He's dominant at the Rogers Center place, whatever the hell they call it now. It's always be the Sky Dome to me. But yeah, give me the Blue Jays tonight.
Yeah, I think it's minus 147 right now for Bassett.
It's going up.
And, the funny thing is I tried to bet on Verlander twice. And every time he loses, he never wins. He has not won a game with the Giants. I'm done betting on that guy, I'll tell you that much. And you're saying take Winnipeg tonight.
Lay the points with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, minus 4.5 right now. It's probably going to get higher.
On Calgary every single game. This is the first game you're turning against them?
I'm turning them against them. They're due for a loss tonight.
All right.
There's a possibility that we could be looking at DeBoer wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. 4th easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Paige Beckers, ready folks, is a top 10 WNBA player right now. You ever heard of the band Gladys Knight and the Pips? Yeah, it's Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. That's what she's got. Know what that means? She's got nobody. Enrique Wumwale has been awful this year. I don't know if she wants to play there or not.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Her ability to defend, shoot the 3, rebound, pass the ball, and on a team that is awful. Right now, trending to get the #1 overall pick if they win the WNBA lottery. Possibly to draft her buddy AZ Fudd, maybe. But when you look at Paige Beckers is a top 10 player in the WNBA.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Obviously, he didn't do great in the last 2 majors, and we're going home here. We're going to Northern Ireland, Royal Portage. This is Rory's the reason why we're going here. Got off to a rough start, throwing his tee shot out of bounds back in 2019. I think he'll be ready. Not yet ready to call in the winner. I still have a couple of days before I do that, but it is a home game for him. And as you saw, based on this weekend, he is playing well.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Carver High. I know they're going to start up Summer League in Vegas in about a half an hour. They're warming up as we speak.
They are warming up in Vegas, of course, the last couple of days, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, before they close the doors at the Thomas and Hack in the Cox Pavilion for the rest of the summer. Mavs and Magic will be your game at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock East, and that'll be on NBA TV. I got Orlando now up to 5.5 at this moment with the 171.5.
Yeah, listen, I think the Magic have been awful in this summer league. They've been an embarrassment. I guess the only thing they've done well is their GM and coach doing interviews over at the scorer's table because the team is stunk. Give me the Mavericks no matter what. And how about Orlando laying 5.5 in the game, and they haven't won a game yet? I'll take that 5.5 piece right now.
Yeah, might as well at this point. And remember, all these teams playing today, this is their last game. They're finished. We'll get to the who's playing in the semis for the championship a little bit later on here on Coast to Coast. All right, let's go to the baseball now, Scotty, because like you were mentioning, you were talking about with Gabe, we do have the return of the Major League Baseball season. The 4-day All-Star break is over. We know that the Cubs and the Red Sox are playing right now. But we have a lot to do tonight because everyone else is in action. Before we get there, a few things for you. I was going to give this to you yesterday, but I held it over. Odds to have the most long balls this season. As we know, Cal Raleigh is in the lead right now with 38. Judge has 35. Ohtani has 32. Schwarber has 30. Judge is still the favorite, though, minus 130. Raleigh's even money. Ohtani 6-1. Schwarber 22-1. I guess Eugenio Suarez not good enough to be on that list, considering he has more than Schwarber. He's got 31, right? But he can't make the list. But either way, there's your odds to have the most homers.
I kind of feel like Raleigh's going to do it. First of all, I'm expecting, Judge, what, is he going to play every game the whole season? Not going to take his usual vacation? So I think Raleigh's having that kind of year, right? He's led him the whole first half. He won the home run derby. Now he's got big things going on with Houston coming to Seattle to start the second half. Even money. I like that. I like his odds to finish as the home run king this year. I mean, I don't think Judge is playing every game the rest of the way. That's why I'm going to take that shot with Raleigh. I mean, I want Judge to do it. I just think, usually he sits down for a little while. I'm guessing that's going to happen again.
Probably will happen at some point. I think it's going to be Raleigh as well, one way or the other. I think that Raleigh's going to get, at minimum at this point, I mean, he's got 38. He's going to, at minimum, I would think, get into the mid to high 50s. Right? I mean, he'd have to really cool off for him to not get at least to that 55 to 60 area in range, which, for Judge, you're talking about another 20, 25 homers for him to get there. So I think it's going to be a big summer for Raleigh.
Do you think the kid can hit 60?
Yes.
I do, too.
I do. I think he can. And look, the number now that we know as is 63, right, for Judge. Judge had the 63 a couple years ago. That's what he ended with.
He's the switch hitter, so he has an advantage. He can, it doesn't matter who's pitching. He can hit from the other side. The guy can hit home runs on both sides of the plate. Let's just face facts. He's a stud.
He can. 62 he hit, Judge, which, of course, Raleigh would need to get to 63 to pass him, that American League record or non-juiced record, I guess is what we could, a non-juicer record, if he were to get there as well. Next I got for you, if the season ended today, which of course it doesn't, we got some time left, this would be your playoff tree for the playoffs. This is who would it be. The Cubs and the Dodgers would have the byes in the NL with Phillies, Padres, Mets, Brewers. And then you would have Astros, Tigers byes in the AL. Oh, Yankees, Red Sox in the 3-game wild card. Look out. And Seattle and Toronto in the other one, if the season ended today.
Remember, the Mets played the Brewers last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable when Polar Bear hit that home run. So that would be great again. San Diego and Philly would be fantastic with the winner meeting the Cubs. The Dodgers would get the winner of the National League matchup between the Mets and Brewers, and then Houston would get the Seattle-Toronto winner. Red Sox Yankees will have to face the Tigers in the next round, and that's not going to be pleasant.
Not going to be pleasant at all. If that's the way it did end up, that would not be good for the Yankees. Red Sox and Tigers coming right at them would not be good for them. All right, a couple of other baseball notes for you as we get ready to come back tonight. Rangers trade Dane Dunning to the Braves for reliever Jose Ruiz and cash. The Braves, of course, they're having an awful year. They need some arms, and they'll get Dane Dunning now. Stinks.
He was
Dane
on
Dunning.
that
That's not
World
gonna go.
Series team that won
He
a
was.
ring.
He was on that team. And now look at him. He's got to be traded to Atlanta. Trade deadline is heating up. I'm talking with Bob about it yesterday. The Yankees are allegedly in the mix on who aren't. Well, first of all, who aren't the Yankees in the mix on? You talk to anybody, the Yankees are getting everybody. Everybody who's available, the Yankees are getting all of them. They're going to have a completely different team.
Every player
by the
in
time
baseball is going to the Yankees.
Every player is going to the Yankees. But they're allegedly in the mix on Mitch Helen Keller, along with the Mets, Cubs, and I guess several other teams. Seems like the Pirates have one of the most coveted chips here with Mitch Keller. I guess that means they better get a pretty good return if they've got all these teams fawning over him, Scotty.
Listen, they'll give him up for nothing. That's what they'll do because they're idiots. They're going to give him away for nothing, and then they're going to give away. I don't think they should get anything in return for Cabrian Hayes. What they're going to get? What, 2 prospects? He's trash. People can talk all they want about his glove. That guy cannot hit at all. I mean, 0. He's Bluto City. Your boy. Like, I wouldn't trade for him if he was the last player on earth and I didn't have a third baseman at all. And I literally had to play the game without a third baseman and just leave the corner wide open and beg teams to just hit line drives down the line because we don't have a third baseman. I'm not playing that guy ever on my team. I have watched that guy his whole career in Pittsburgh, and he's had about 5 hits the entire time he's been there. He is the worst. Don't even get me started. Well, I was in a good mood when I woke up. I don't know what happened.
Allegedly, the Cubs want Cabrian Hayes. Allegedly.
For what reason?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out. But Cabrian Hayes isn't gone yet. Neither is Mitch Keller, which means they get to be there this weekend for I know you love this. I'm surprised you're not there. Yinzer Palooza at PNC this weekend. Are you kidding me? Yinzer Palooza? Let's go.
Palooza. It's a party. It's like you got a regatta. I mean, it's all happening right there on the rivers. You got a baseball series going on. TJ Watt signed his deal. All is well in the Steel City. It's Yinzer Palooza party time. Imp and an iron shot of beer, 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 puke.
What a day. I mean, what a weekend that would be. And if that's not enough for you, you could go out to Citi Field tomorrow. They're actually all weekend, but tomorrow's the main thing. David Wright getting his jersey retired, his day. I mean, they're giving him everything at Citi Field tomorrow.
Moppy is going to go to that.
Is he going? You going to go see David Wright?
I don't think so.
See David Wright get all his fun.
Yeah.
David Wright. He's the only guy who made it the whole way, right? His entire career as a Met. Homegrown Met that actually stayed there the entire time.
I'm surprised Moppy's not going.
There's a possibility that we could be looking at DeBoer wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. 4th easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Paige Beckers, ready, folks, is a top 10 WNBA player right now. You ever heard of the band Gladys Knight and the Pips? Yeah, it's Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. That's what she's got. Know what that means? She's got nobody. Enrique Wale has been awful this year. I don't know if she wants to play there or not.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Her ability to defend, shoot the three, rebound, pass the ball, and on a team that is awful. Awful. Right now, trending to get the #1 overall pick if they win the WNBA lottery. Possibly to draft her buddy AZ Fudd. Maybe. But when you look at Paige Beckers is a top 10 player in the WNBA.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Obviously, he didn't do great in the last two majors, and we're going home here. We're going to Northern Ireland. Royal Portage. This is Rory's the reason why we're going here. Got off to a rough start, throwing his tee shot out of bounds back in 2019. I think he'll be ready. Not yet ready to call him the winner. I still have a couple of days before I do that, but it is a home game for him. And as you saw, based on this weekend, he is playing well.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
We're talking baseball on a Friday on Coast to Coast.
We are talking baseball on a Friday on Coast to Coast. And it does look like, there's a couple guys out there quickly before I move on. They could get the +2s in. They're at T71 now, the +2s. There's a couple guys with a few holes left that are at +1. If they bogeyed a hole or two, that could move a little bit. So these guys at +2, Joaquin Neiman, Ryan Fox, Jason Day, Ben Griffin, they might get saved here over the next 25 minutes or so. We shall see. Cut sweat going on at the Open Championship. One other thing before tonight's games, we talked about Wright getting his number retired, all that stuff. Kyle Gibson retires from Major League Baseball after 13 seasons. He pitched for Baltimore earlier this season. Man, I loved him. I wish he wasn't retiring for selfish reasons because I like betting homers against him. I wish he was still playing, but he's hanging him up. He tried to come back with St. Louis. I guess it didn't work out. So Kyle Gibson finished. God bless and good luck, Scotty, to Kyle in his future endeavors down the road. All right, let's go. Everyone else is playing tonight.
Nobody will remember him in 2 years.
Nobody will remember him in 2 weeks. 2 years, 2 weeks, I would probably give for Kyle. All right, everyone's in action. Let's do it. We'll start with Yinzer Palooza out at PNC, where the White Sox and the Pirates will start the second half. Jonathan Cannon and Bailey Falter this evening. Pirates -160, White Sox plus $135 and an 8.5.
I like the Pirates on the run line at +135, laying a 1.5. I think bottom line, the White Sox stink. Cannon Cameron's going to get beat by Bailey Falter tonight. I like the Bucks, and it's a big party weekend there in Pittsburgh, so they got to go out and win. And I think they will, actually, because they're actually playing someone worse than them.
Yeah, that is helpful that you have the White Sox in town for Yinzer Palooza. That does make it – they picked the right weekend to have that because there's a chance the Pirates can win some games. And get everybody excited. So
I mean, it sounds
let's go.
fun, but who would walk around the corner to watch these two hack teams play? They should pay me to go to the game.
Well,
like
look,
when you go to the window,
nice,
they should give you $20 to go in. You know what I mean? When
a
you
nice
get your tickets
summer night. It's a great stadium. You get a couple of, imp and I. You sit out there in the right field bleachers for Yinzer Palooza and just take it in on a summer Friday night. I mean, why not?
Here's the plan. if you go to that game, you've got to slam at least 10 beers to get through it. I mean,
I would.
Someone has to drive me home if I go to that game, because I'm pounding beers at that game, because I am not watching these two. I mean, they're like between those two and the Rockies. Can you imagine the humanity of it all? You just gotta cold beer, pounding beers to watch those two teams. You got to be drunk.
Yes, got to be drunk in order to do it. The Angels will be in Philadelphia this weekend, and I already saw Mike Trout. I guess they got him in the pregame, because every time Mike Trout is within a 50-mile radius of the city of Philadelphia, all anybody talks about is him getting traded to the Phillies, and he did address that earlier. Jesus Luzardo will start for the Phillies. Bullpen game for the Angels. This Ryan Zefferjon. Who? Ryan Zefferjon? He's going to open the game for Anaheim. Minus 205 for the Phillies, plus 170 for the Angels, and an 8.5.
I like the over big time, and I like the Phillies on the run line at minus $1.03. I can lay that 1.5. I think they'll pound the Angels.
Put them down. The Padres also heading east to start the second half in D.C. against the Nationals. Dylan Cease and Michael Soroka tonight. Minus 150 for the Friars, road favorite. Plus 125 for the Nats, and an 8.5.
Another over, because both of these guys stink. I think Dylan Cease is having his worst year. His ERA's sky high, and then you look on the other side, it's just as bad. Soroka's a disaster. Both of these guys give up 5-6 runs a game. I like the over. I still like the Friars over the Nats. The Nats stink.
Yeah, we got a chance for the over there, a little gas can special at Nationals Park tonight. We can score some runs. I got no problem with that. Hey, he's coming up, baby. We got the homers. You know, with Cease in town, we're going to the Wood Doctor. Giants and the Blue Jays in Toronto. Justin Verlander and the Basset Hound tonight. Minus 150 for the Jays, plus 125 for the Giants, and an 8.5.
Yeah, I got the Jays at minus $1.45, so I like the Basset Hound here. I didn't like the way the Giants were playing at the end of the first half at all. They were getting their ass beat. The Dodgers beat them. They just weren't playing good baseball at all.
The Yankees, the guys who were in the All-Star game at least, got to stay in Atlanta because they'll be in Atlanta this weekend. Spencer Strider for the Braves. The Yankees will run a full bullpen game tonight with Ian Hamilton being the first one who's going to get the ball. Braves are favored here, minus 135. Yankees plus $1.15 and an 8.5.
All right, so originally I thought they were going to go with fried chicken. That's what I was seeing, and it was minus 110.
Not ready.
I bet the Yankees at minus $1.10 this morning. I couldn't believe the price. So then I get the surprise that Hamilton, they might as well have Josh Hamilton pitching. But look, I still like the Yankees. Spencer Strider, something's wrong with him. He's not the same guy that we saw dominate baseball. This guy gets lit up. He gives up runs. His ERA's been sky high. His record is terrible. And you're giving me plus money with the Yankee bats? I think they get to him tonight. I don't care who's pitching for the Yankees. Plus 117 Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees are not listing Fried for any of the games this weekend in Atlanta. It will be Will Warren tomorrow and Marcus Stroman on Sunday. I mean, why wouldn't they start that kid tonight, Schlittler? Why not have him pitch? He hasn't pitched in a week. Why can't you throw him in Atlanta tonight?
Trading him to the Pirates for Alan.
Yeah, for Alan Keller. That could be it. More of tonight's games when we come back.
There's a possibility that we could be looking at the board wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. Fourth easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Paige Beckers, ready folks, is a top 10 WNBA player right now. You ever heard of the band Gladys Knight and the Pips? Yeah, it's Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. That's what she's got. You know what that means? She's got nobody. Enrique Wumwale has been awful this year. I don't know if she wants to play there or not.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Her ability to defend, shoot the three, rebound, pass the ball, and on a team that is awful. Awful. Right now, trending to get the #1 overall pick if they win the WNBA lottery. Possibly to draft her buddy AZ Fudd. Maybe. But when you look at Paige Beckers is a top 10 player in the WNBA.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Obviously, he didn't do great in the last two majors, and we're going home here. We're going to Northern Ireland, Royal Portage. This is Rory's the reason why we're going here. Got off to a rough start, throwing his tee shot out of bounds back in 2019. I think he'll be ready. Not yet ready to call him the winner. I still have a couple of days before I do that, but it is a home game for him. And as you saw, based on this weekend, he is playing well.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
All right, so we're looking at the rest of these games. By the way, your boy Sean Manaea, isn't he a popular Met pitcher? Like, they love him. Isn't this his first game at Citi Field since the playoffs?
I guess. Whatever. He's been injured all year. He pitched 3 innings before the break. He'll start tonight at Citi Field, and they love this guy. We'll see if they love him by the end of the year when he's got a 4.5 ERA. Cincinnati at Citi Field for all the right festivities this weekend. Nick Lodolo and Sean Manaea will be tonight. -150 for the Mets, +125 for Cincinnati, and a 7.5.
Yeah, actually, I like the under in this game. They both have low ERAs, and I like the Mets. I like Manaea tonight at home. 2.7 ERA is not bad at all. He's barely pitched, but he's been, he looked decent in his last outing. Let's see if he can get it done in Queens.
Royals and the Marlins in Miami. Of course, the Marlins played very well going into the break. So did the Royals. Seth Lugo and Sandy Alcantara. -120 for Kansas City. Even money for the Fish, and a 7.5.
So I bet this this morning. I took the Royals. I got it at -122. It's -119 now. I took Lugo based on the Royals were playing really well at the end of the first half, right? And guess whose ERA is on the moon? Alcantara. I mean, this guy is not the guy that everybody thinks he is. He was great before. Now there's talk of him being this, the #1 piece at the trade deadline. That's bunk too, Mike. Who needs a pitcher with an 8 ERA? Like, honestly, he is not the pitcher everybody thinks he is. This guy's giving up 8 runs a game. I bet the Royals based on that. Now, I guess Alcantara could come out tonight and put on a show and, get his stock up for a deal out of Miami if that's what he desires. But he hasn't done that yet. Like, he has been average every single time he pitches. When has he had a good outing? Never. So I bet the Royals.
Yeah, he has been awful, especially recently. He just has not been able to get anybody out for Miami. The A's are in Cleveland against the Guardians. J.P. Sears and Roebuck against Slade Ciccone. -130 Cleveland, plus $110 for the A's, and a 7.5.
You remember I bet on Ciccone and cashed a ticket
Yeah.
for you. I'm going to go back to the well with the Guardians at Progressive in, rock and roll town. Give me the Cleveland at whatever price you had it at, minus $1.29.
Orioles and the Rays in Tampa at Steinbrenner. The Fisherman, Charlie Morton, against Taj Bradley. Rays are favored minus $1.30, plus 110 for the O's and an 8.5.
So I bet this as well today. I got a ticket on the Fisherman. He's won his last 5 starts, and he's giving up no runs at all. And meanwhile, Bradley has been awful in his last several starts. So I took the high-risk Orioles bet, and it's plus 105 now. I just want to see. Can I just give me a second? I got the ticket right here. I want to see what I got that price at. Yeah, it's same price. I got him at plus $1.04 or whatever. It's plus $1.05 now. I'll take him. He's pitched great in his last. He's 5-0 in his last 7 starts. So Morton's been pitching great.
The Tigers will be in Arlington against the Rangers. Reese Olson and Patrick Corbin. Got this right now at minus 110 both ways and an 8.5.
I got to tell you, I was going to bet this, and I was going to bet Texas and Corbin. He hasn't been that bad. And I'll tell you what, this is an enormous series for them at Globe this weekend. They can't afford to have the Tigers walk all over them. I didn't make the bet, but I was going to make the bet. I backed off of it. I was going to go for Corbin in Texas.
And I will tell you, they're playing Sunday Night Baseball this week, those two.
What a
and you
game
got a
that is.
hell of a pitching matchup. Skubal and Evaldi on Sunday night, which is going to just be excellent. So that's twice the ESPN's put the Tigers on Sunday Night Baseball in the last month. And both times they got Skubal. So that's pretty good for them.
What do you think that price will be on that game? What do you think that
Tigers
Skubal will be?
Tigers will be minus 125, minus 130. Somewhere in that area. They'll be favored.
Do you think that there's a possibility that we could be looking at DeBoer wondering if he's the long-term answer at coach for the Tide?
I'm starting to feel like Alabama, I can't believe I'm saying this, Craig, is a sleeper. 4th easiest schedule in the SEC this year. Ryan Williams is back. I think the friendly, these early season games against Florida State and Wisconsin, that is friendly for Alabama.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Paige Beckers, ready folks, is a top 10 WNBA player right now. You ever heard of the band Gladys Knight and the Pips? Yeah, it's Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings. That's what she's got. You know what that means? She's got nobody. Erika Wimborle has been awful this year. I don't know if she wants to play there or not.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Her ability to defend, shoot the 3, rebound, pass the ball, and on a team that is awful. Awful. Right now, trending to get the #1 overall pick if they win the WNBA lottery. Possibly to draft her buddy AZ Fudd. Maybe. But when you look at Paige Beckers is a top 10 player in the WNBA.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Obviously, he didn't do great in the last 2 majors, and we're going home here. We're going to Northern Ireland, Royal Portage. This is Rory's the reason why we're going here. Got off to a rough start, throwing his tee shot out of bounds back in 2019. I think he'll be ready. Not yet ready to call him the winner. I still have a couple of days before I do that, but it is a home game for him. And as you saw, based on this weekend, he is playing well.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.